It's odd how things tend to work out apparently, because this time last year, September, of all days, a full calendar year, mind you, 365 days to be more specific, my girlfriend's sister had that many days to choose from, minus one, so 364 days to choose from to get married. Which, you know, marriage, what's the big deal about that anymore anyway, too? You see the young kids now, they fucking live together forever, have all these kids, and just live in the same house until they can't tolerate each other, or like, I don't know, she breaks his Xbox or PS5, and then he cuts up her fucking Balenciaga bags or whatever too, and then they just go to amicable ways without no marriage involved. But of all days, this girlfriend of mine, her sister, chose to get married was on my birthday, September 12th, last year, 2020, pandemic, you know, the world shut down pretty much going on too. They decide to fucking go on a boat. They get married in New Jersey. On top of that, a toxic fucking waste dump outside, air blowing. September 12th is cold and brisk. Air's going through my balding fucking head already too, so I put all this gel on for nothing. It's all disheveled and out of place by the time I get to New Jersey, of all places. Who fucking has to look good for New Jersey? But of all things, a wedding over there too. The Russian, I guess too. Maybe that explains more. I don't know either way. But she picked that day. So ever since that day, September 12th, is no longer that special no more. That's the day I was born, according to when I exited my mother's vagina. And that was 35 years ago, 36 now, coming up this September 12th. But now it ain't that special no more. It can't be no more to me. Because now what? I gotta share with a fucking marriage. God forbid they get divorced. And then that taints the fucking day, period, for everybody involved. Because not just my girlfriend's sister, because of course they're always gonna side with the fucking woman if, God forbid, they get divorced. And then he's completely out of the picture too. And then, you know, my sister, my girlfriend's sister, my girlfriend's gonna be siding. See, I'm already fucking emotionally perplexed. My girlfriend's gonna be siding with his sister on that day, consoling her, like, oh, blah, 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 whatever the fuck they say in Russian too. And then I'll be there in the background just like, hey guys, I bought my own cake. I set up my own candles. I lit them. I burnt myself a little bit too, you know, permitting. I need some tan anyway because I'm pale as fuck year round. So don't forget about me. And then, you know, they'll tell me go fuck myself most likely. So I thought all was lost. I thought there was nothing really to look forward to in regards to September, because on top of September 11th, we're coming up 20 years since 9/11 happened back in 2001. And I was here and I saw it when it fucking happened the day of too. Rest in peace to those that were lost, and, you know, condolences to all the family members of those that were lost that day of September 11th too. You know, then you got fucking bad enough for me, for all the Virgos out there. Green Day made a fucking hit of that song, Wake Me Up When September Ends. So fuck them too. Well, you know, I like their shit. I like a lot of this shit too, to be honest. But of all fucking months they had to really ask to end, to be woken up from their nap from, when it ends, had to be September. I think a family member, if not his father, passed in September, something like that. So September's only like a very woeful, sorrowful month for him too. So I get that. But it's not fair to me. And not fair to all those born in September. September Virgos, the world round, have to fucking take a knee emotionally because of fucking people chanting and singing, oh, September, wake me up when September ends. A bunch of cunts. So we're stuck with that. But at least now, I've had my charts, my stats, SoundCloud, and YouTube specifically to console me of the emotional tears that have been running down my cheeks and streaming as soon as minute one, second one, day one of fucking September hit this year. Because they've been telling me apparently now I am internationally known. I am making my rounds around the globe without having to leave this goddamn couch or go even as far as where have I been recently? Brooklyn, you know, Manhattan, you know, excuse me, disgusting, nasty ass Brooklyn, you know, Manhattan and Queens, of course. Queens get the money, you know, with past guests to be thankful for as well too. Shout outs to fucking Flow God for an excellent episode in his studio, Mercy Studios, I believe too. Check out that episode as well. New God Flow. There was also God, my mind's going blank. Oh, Dr. Mike, or Dr. Mikey Do-It-All MD from Brendan fame. Shout outs to Brendan, shout outs to Franny P, shout outs to Frankie Payne and all them too. From Above the Empty, shout outs to him and shout outs to Peter as well too. I believe that's the other guy in that band as well too. For the Dr. Mikey Do-It-All episode, that was also excellent, very informative, very deep as far as, you know, the creative process of somebody struggling with being so blessed and so gifted with their fucking hands as far as being a doctor to be, settling for a PA, a physician's assistant, just because they want to be creative and have enough time to do that too, as well as balance out their life with being able to bring bodies back to life with the scalpels, with the stitching, or with the sweet ass vocals, as Dr. Mikey is the proud owner of. So shout outs to him too. And also shout outs and thank you to Know It All, who I got to do another excellent episode with right after Dr. Mikey, and of all places, place I haven't been to but is very near and dear to my heart, Astoria Park, for God MC for Hire, which is again featuring Know It All. Shout outs to him, always friend and bro to the show, as I like to call him. You know, I've had reasons to be thankful for those episodes, a strong guest heavy slew of episodes in the month of August. Now to carry on into September, those numbers from those episodes have resulted in international ears being exposed to me, of all things, thanks formally to the following 10 countries that, according to the charts on SoundCloud and YouTube, they've been showing me the most amount of love. So in their native corresponding languages, I'm gonna give thanks to the following from 1 to 10. And at number 1, of course, makes sense because I'm more popular here, but soon enough around the world. Number 1 is the good old US of A, so thanks. Number 2 is the United Kingdom / Britain / England / the, I just said United Kingdom, right? All right, the UK, over there, across the sea, the Atlantic Ocean to be specific. Cheers and ta very much. That's according to their native tongue. So hopefully I got that right. Number 3 is Germany. So to them I say, Vielen Dank für die Insame Ziet. Hopefully I didn't get that too disgustingly, horribly wrong, but if you feel the need to, feel free to drop me a line and let me know how to correctly say it, or enunciate it for the German tongue applicable. Number 4 is Egypt with Mam No Nak. I probably made that sound more Asian than Egyptian. I apologize for that, but I'm trying out here at least. International affairs, of course. That's what we're talking about. And thank you, of course. As we move on to number 5, which is Belgium with Echt heel erg bedankt, I think. Something like that, close enough, I guess, hopefully. Number 6 is Denmark with Mange tak, I think, hopefully. Closely enough. Hopefully you understood that. All my Denmarkian people, or Denmarkans, whatever. Russia's number 7 with Spasiba, or whatever, which one of those it is. I hear it enough times from my girlfriend who is Russian. I should know that one by now, but, you know, I'm lazy, so, and I'm not Russian, so, of course, forgive me. Number 8 is Peru. I wonder where the fuck that is located on the globe. But Peru, gracias, huevon. Number 9 is Ireland with Gur Uv Mila Ma Aguth. I hope I got that somewhat right and did not disrespect any of my Irish people. Sorry, I don't know why that slipped my mind. I'm sorry. And then number 10 to round out things and to close it out for this week. Number 10 is South Africa with Donke or Seyabonga, according to their native tongue and or how they communicate with each other frequently. That's their way of saying thank you, as I'm giving thanks internationally now. International tongue action.
My butt hurts.
Oh, no.
I know. No. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Let's do it.
Going there again.
For Brett.
And speaking of international affairs, you know, the Olympics had just passed. A very odd year, to be honest, because obviously it was supposed to be last year, 2020, with the Tokyo Games and shit too. Honestly, I had planned in my head and in my heart to make it out there to those Olympics, but I'm talking about way before the pandemic hit us and just changed the whole outlook of the world, period. So unfortunately that never happened, and then the Olympics happened a year later now, 2021, these summer games, which is odd. Honestly, it was just odd enough because The Olympics are always at a fucking very odd time, depending on the sports and or games you want to watch. That's one thing. But also with no audience or little to none, besides the athletes themselves, it just sounds like tennis without the audience, which they might as well not have an audience, because in between rounds or in the midst of action, no one's fucking saying nothing except for the grunting ass fucking tennis players, whatever, all that going on. So it's awkward enough to watch all these games happen with little to no, practically no audience all the time, except, the coaches and whatever, people on the sideline cheering each other on and all that shit too. But a very odd year. Also, NBC, Hulu, whatever you got to, I had to use Hulu to watch. I can never catch the shit live, so I'd have to settle for like the little highlighted clips they show of like the shit I actually wanted to watch. And even those are like 2-3 minutes long of like, I'm just bored anyway. So like a day 2 of doing that, I said forget it. I'm gonna fucking just do whatever else with the watching during the summer too as well. So that was a whole waste. But of all things, now we got the Paralympics happening. And this is odd enough. So I don't know, shout outs to the, I guess you could say it's still handicapped community, those that ride around in wheelchairs and or, para-Olympians and athletes and shit too. Shout outs to all you guys. This one guy was out there doing this thing in the Paralympics in a wheelchair, and oddly enough, they said because your ass is late, this made no sense to me. Because you're late, despite your fact you're in a wheelchair, you're someone deemed disabled, but you're still athletic enough to participate in these Paralympics and shit too, despite the fact that you're disabled, and we have to be considerate and mindful of it, so much that we created an Olympic event to cater to you guys. This guy was late for 3 minutes late to the event he was scheduled to participate in, right? He gets there late, and he's representing Malaysia. So, disabled in Malaysia, come on. Cut him some slack. He's late. He gets there 3 minutes late. They're like, you know what? We'll let you play anyway, even though you're late. But we're going to fucking give you a ruling after the fact, too. So then he goes ahead. He participates. He does his fucking thing, too. He wins the gold medal, or he's supposed to get the gold medal, but nope. Stop right there. You were late. I'm disabled, though. I'm in a wheelchair. I got a fucking van or specially equipped vehicle to fucking transport me to and from this place, period. So what the fuck? I'm sorry. Maybe there was traffic in of all places wherever the Paralympics are happening and shit too. That can happen. They gotta unload my equipment, me, from the fucking vehicle to get out and get to wherever I'm going to as well. We could have left early, but still, I'm disabled and I'm a Paralympian. Like, nope, you were 3 minutes late, sir. Sorry, but yoink. We take it off of you. We gave it to the, I believe, Ukrainian who got silver. Now they're fucking gold. You can go fuck yourself and go be disabled and fucking non-Olympic medal wearing ass wheelchair boy, whatever the fuck. So I don't understand because, pandemic, okay, maybe little to no traffic per se to block you or to give you the excuse, the luxury of saying, hey, even though you are disabled, there's no traffic, no regular, fully capable, non-disabled people traffic to stop you or to use it as an excuse to not be here on time. So what's the excuse, pal? And then, of course, you could just throw it back in their faces like, I am disabled. If I was able to do this myself, transport myself, wheelchair myself fast enough to get there too, I'd get here. But then I'd be so worn out where I can't participate in my sport and I'm performing at already 50% capacity. Oh yeah, I'm also disabled. Did you forget about that part? So if I get worn out, I'm already at half the capacity of a full capacity person who doesn't have a disability as I do to perform in what's made for me as a disabled person. Nope, they said, nope, you were 3 minutes late. 3 minutes late means a big thing to us. It's international, whatever language you speak. The language of being tardy and or disrespect is being late. I get that too, the ideology as well too, but come on, he went, they let him participate anyway, and he won the gold medal for it anyway. Just for them to say, you know what, we're petty like that. 3 minutes is what you made us fucking wait, even if you're disabled, even if You're lucky enough to be in and out of the bathroom being disabled in 3 minutes. It takes me 3 minutes to fucking be in and out of the bathroom, and I'm not disabled, or at least according to some people mentally, maybe I am, whatever. But my biggest problem, pause, and no pun intended, my biggest problem with John Cena / Peacemaker's bulge in this movie, in this part, in this scene, is I don't know what's going on with the cock. Pause again, by the way. And no offense to John Cena, I don't know how his personal life is going. Maybe he's enjoying his new wife too much, per se, because this thing looks like it's gigantic, but he broke it at some point, like a broke cock. I've heard that actually exists, where you can like maybe lie on your dick that's erect on a mattress and bend it, and it stays bent because it's not supposed to be a bone, but somehow the shit bends, and it turns out it did for like the people I actually heard that about from. I don't know what they did to his bulge. I don't know what they fucking stuffed in there, or if that's legit his cock. Because if that's his cock, that thing might be so big he can tie it up into a pretzel knot or something. Come on. Is this fair at all? So why let him fucking participate anyway? Why even let him fucking take part in the sport he's assigned to represent Malaysia for and win the gold medal, just to fucking have him wheel himself or whatever he's doing to get to the fucking podium and receive his shit? Like, nah, wait a second. Like, be that one dick that like he's rolling along, be that one guy to stop him with one hand, grab him by the fucking handlebar in the back of the wheelchair. Like, no you don't, sir. You were late. 3 minutes. Bring it on back. Beep, beep, beep. Back it up. That gold medal you're supposed to get around your neck, you're not getting that. You can get the fuck out of here if you're able to do that by yourself too as well, or get in the fucking van that got you here, or whatever vehicle brought you here in the first place, and roll on out. And then he's like, really, you gotta say roll on out? I'm disabled. Can you not be considerate of my fucking needs and my lack of ability to fucking mobilize myself? Which most likely the guy that told him no, or the person, you know, he, she, whatever, that told him no gold medal, was probably fully abled. No, disabled in their fucking body, fully abled. Fucking probably looking down on them, standing on their legs and telling them, hey, I'm not disabled shaming you, but you can't get this fucking medal right here. And just even being more of a bully, like hanging it up high like a fucking carrot on the string for like the fat person on a treadmill, whatever too. It's a whole tacky mess. I mean, as this thing develops, apparently, you know, you got to consider as well too. Listen, he's got to park, or whoever drives him there has got to, or maybe he's one of those actually. No, because I think I've seen that before too, where they got like the specially equipped vehicle where like the person themselves can like push the pedals and shit too, but then how do they get out? I don't know, Stu, but most likely he might have been accompanied by somebody who drove him there. They got to park the car. It's the Olympics, it's the Paralympics, whatever. There's more than enough people participating in the first place too. So then maybe they got there a little late. They're already running late. So then they got to park all the way in the back of the Paralympic parking lot, and then fucking get the guy out, load him up, put him in a wheelchair, strap him, make sure he's safe, whatever. Oh, the gear. Imagine they're halfway through the parking lot like, oh, I forgot my fucking face mask and shit. Do you have one on you? No, I don't. Besides the one on my face? No, I don't either. How about you? No, I don't either. Fuck, we gotta go back to the van now, or the fucking disabled person vehicle and shit. Then they gotta go back. Then they gotta make sure the face mask is there. Is it the good kind? Is the Olympic representative kind? Is it the fucking regular blue, common stereotypical one that everybody's been wearing? Otherwise, when they're lazy or they got to get it from the train station because they forgot their mask at home, whatever too, it's a whole mess. All these little factors can add up to a whole pile of shit that the person, already a para-Olympic athlete, has to deal with in the first place. Bad enough they got to settle with being a para-athlete in the Paralympics. If they were fully bodied able, they'd be in the Olympics. But of course, I was crafted for these people to be equally as represented as what a regular Olympian and or athlete representing their country. So of all things, to meddle, to disable shame them like that, it's disgusting and atrocious, and most likely there never would have been a first time I honestly would have watched the Paralympics, but now there's absolutely no fucking chance I'm ever gonna give or contribute my eyeballs to viewing that event, that shameful event, which is the Paralympics. Now we don't know if he'll ever get a shot at the gold medal again, if not this time around, or he'll have to wait till the next fucking round of the Paralympics, whatever, to do his thing and represent for Malaysia of all places. Come on, it's Malaysia. Cut him some fucking slack. He's disabled. in Malaysia. Come on. I might as well be drowning in a kiddie pool, but I'm too fucking weak to get myself up and I drowned anyway. Same thing almost. Whatever. I don't know. There's enough international shit going on too. Shout outs again to all the fucking countries that showed me love on SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever else too as well. YouTube.com/whothisisone. Did me the fucking solid, big fucking favor of showing me that kind of love. Listen, there's the whole month of September left. I was supposed to have on Ellison Daz, the host of Blue is Beautiful podcast, this episode initially, but there was a whole ordeal with, again, my girlfriend, conveniently enough. She fucking works for her girlfriend's husband's glasses store in Manhattan. She's the manager, per se. One of the days she left late for work, she totally forgot to take the keys with her. The keys she uses to get back home and unlock the door to enter, right there where we live together, and also where she keeps the keys to the store to close at the end of the day with, or when it's Saturdays, open and close the store since she's in charge. But she forgot the fucking keys. So then the night of when I got scheduled to do an IG live with Ellison, of all things, my girlfriend conveniently forgets the fucking keys. Then I gotta run and scurry to fucking Manhattan in the middle of the night. And this is, mind you, this is the day after this whole fucking hurricane, what was the one, Ira, or whatever the fucking name, the Spanish named hurricane was that hit New York City and flooded most of it that bad. You know, not too far removed from here on Woodhaven Boulevard and Grand Avenue. That shit the night of when it was raining heavy, that whole fucking street was flooded. It looked like a river was running through it that we never knew of it existed and shit. And then the trains, of course, were flooded. You've seen the memes, you've seen the videos and IG posts and all that shit too. That really happened. So then, of course, the trains were delayed on top of that, and she wants me to fucking rush, drop them off, wait for her to close, come back home, and then I gotta tell this girl Ellison, hey, you know, fuck, 7 o'clock, but then at 7 o'clock practically is when she tells me, oh, I forgot my keys, you need to bring them to me to close the store. If not, I'm gonna have to, you know how girls are, they fucking dramatize, oh no, if you can't bring it to me in time to close, then I'm gonna have to sleep in the store, and what if it rains again? Or what if the hobos on the street know that I'm there for the night, they try to break in and steal me and the glasses, because she works at a glasses store and like high-end sunglasses and shit too. They break in, they take me, they take the glasses, they think I'm ugly, they leave me behind, but already I got hobo stench on me, and they take some expensive ass frames and they buy scratchies and they win the lottery and they go on to be millionaires and billionaires and we'll still be fucking working until the end of time to fucking make ends meet. Like, shut up already. Fucking worse than me. And I thought I was a Virgo that fucking thinks all these things too in advance and never turns off this fucking mind of mine, which is always imagining these case scenarios. But shit, I got a fucking Leo, so I got it even worse. But fuck you. Leo season's over anyway. It's Virgo season full effect right now here on AhhFuGGiT, as well as Who This Been Watching, the movie review recap show I do first live on Instagram, the uncut, uncensored, uncircumcised version that you get on IGTV, then later, a couple days later or a week or so after on youtube.com/whothisisone, the kind of tidied up, turtleneck folded back, made, you know, elegant enough, presentable enough for those in favor of circumcisions version of Who This Been Watching. But then AhhFuGGiT, of course, every Wednesday on YouTube, on every podcasting platform you can imagine, hosted by me, Who This Is One. September is my month. I'm taking it back since I can't claim September 12th on my own anymore because, again, as I mentioned, it's tainted, it's ruined, it's been taken hostage emotionally by, of all things, that's not so sacred anymore, a fucking marriage. Of all things amongst Russians. What are they gonna do? The thing that we're looking forward to besides the cake on the night of the wedding and the sex, I think, hopefully, to really make it formal that now we're married, so now here's our first night of sex as a married couple, was the fucking drinking, of course. And I wish I was lying, I wish I was being stereotypical or whatever too, but I'm thinking that's what they were worried about most. Throwing back one. You know, tequilas, Bud Lights, vodka, whatever the fuck they got going on there. It was an open cash bar, so of course I would know. I drank moderately because I was the only non-Russian there, practically one of the very few. But then again, what else is new? International affairs abounding here on AhhFuGGiT. Who This is the host. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for watching, and we got a lot more coming up. It's September, October, November, December, all year round. God damn it.
Yo, it's over. All right, it's over. It's over. Move the mic. Move the mic.
Thank you.
All right.